Hello ladies and gentlemen, ZPro here bringing you another Minecraft Modern Warfare vehicle tutorial. In this tutorial we'll be going ahead and building the Marder 1A1 IFV. The Marder is a German infantry fighting vehicle operated by the German army as the main weapon of the Panzergrenadier, or mechanized infantry, from the 1970s through to the present day. Developed as part of the rebuilding of Germany's armored fighting vehicle industry, the Marder has proven to be a successful and solid infantry fighting design. While it is used to include a few unique features such as fully remote-controlled machine gun on the rear deck and gun ports on the sides for infantry to fire through, these features have been deleted or streamlined in later upgrade packages to bring it more in line with the modern IFV design. The MG has been moved to a coaxial and the gun ports entirely welded shut and up-armored. It is overall a simple and conventional machine with one large rear exit hatch and three top hatches for mounted infantry to fire from. The Marder is currently being replaced by the successor, the Puma. Around 2100 were taken into service by the German army in early 1970s, but the vehicle and its German variant were not sold to any foreign militaries. As the German army began to retire older vehicles, the Chilean government agreed to acquire 200 Marders. The government of Greece has considered the purchase of 450 retired vehicles in the past. Argentina uses a simplified and locally produced variant, the VCTP, and a number of vehicles based on that platform constructed by Hensel and built by Tamsi. So overall, pretty cool little vehicle here. One of your pinnacle kind of German, I guess, Cold War APC or infantry fighting type vehicles. So a pretty fun one, and we just built the successor of this vehicle, the new Puma, which the German army is starting to field, and so kind of a nice to do the, I guess, the grandfather or the dad to the Puma. Should be a fun build and will be perfect for any of your kind of Cold War conflicts and all the way up into the modern warfare type scenarios. This version here is the 1A1, so what that means is this is kind of like the early variant. So it does have the gun ports and that remote controlled machine gun up on top and all that. So not as new as the newer versions like the A3 and so on, but still an early version and a cool one nonetheless, and should be a fun build to incorporate into your worlds. So yeah, let's go and dive in and take a look here at the Marder A1 and see exactly where we'll be going ahead and building. It's a pretty low profile infantry fighting vehicle, not too large and all that stuff, especially compared to the Puma over there, which definitely kind of towers over this vehicle. But front sloped armor, pretty standard. It's a tracked vehicle with the siding and all that stuff. You have some extra little cargo mount on the sides there. A few ports there for the passengers. And as I mentioned, we have these little gun ports here on the sides as well for infantry to actually be able to fire from. It does have this remote-controlled gun on the back, which is kind of unique, or what is kind of based off the A1 model. This was later removed. And you can also see here that we have the automated turret, which is still a standard, I believe, on most of the other modders. I don't think really much has changed in terms of that. It's a pretty cool turret. It's got, obviously, the main gun, I believe a coaxial machine gun, or actually, yeah, maybe not a coaxial machine gun, but it's got the main gun here. Some smoke-rated dispensers there, and also a tow missile system there for anti-tank capabilities. So quite a capable, little versatile vehicle. And moving to the back, we have obviously the back here of the vehicle and the hatch that would be able to open up and all that stuff. So overall, pretty fun vehicle. Should be a fun one to add to any of your German militaries, especially if you're looking for a nice kind of Cold War German type vehicle. But with that, let's go ahead and move into the tutorial by beginning with our first layer. Alright guys, so moving into our first layer here, we're going to go ahead and start with layer 1. For layer 1 to get started with here, we're going to go and begin with by placing down an air brick slab, followed by an air brick top slab coming off of it. We then want to place down a black shulker box on its side like so, followed by 2 polished black stone stairs back to back, an air black shulker box on its side, again 2 polished black stone stairs back to back like that, another black shulker box on its side, and another 2 polished black stone stairs back to back like so. After those stairs, we're going to place down 2 narrow brick slabs, one normal slab and then 1 top slab, a dark oak wood trapdoor coming off that top slab, and then a black banner on the back there. After that, we're going to go from this narrow brick slab here, we're going to place down a row of 4 of dark oak wood top slabs over, and then going to the front here, we're going to place down a row of 4 coming off this narrow brick slab here in the front. So a row of 4 of dark oak wood top slabs over. We can then fill in the space between those rows of 4 of dark oak wood top slabs with obviously dark oak wood to go ahead and create the basis here for the vehicle. And this will get filled in like so. After that, we're going to go ahead and take the track design we did over there on the left side, and we're just going to copy it over here to this side. So we're going to go and do the exact same thing to both sides here for the tracks. So just like that. And then we're going to then place down a nether brick slab, a nether brick top slab, a dark oak trapdoor, and then a black banner like that. And once we get to this point, we're going to start working on the tracks here a little bit more. We're going to place down item frames on these black shulker boxes. And in those item frames, we're going to place down green stained glass panes. If you're on Java, we can also go ahead and place down a dark oak wood button on the side there of those shulker boxes. If you're on Bedrock or Pocket Edition, you will not be able to place down an item frame and button in the same block space. If that's the case, I would recommend just going ahead and placing down the item frame and disregarding that dark oak wood button. However, that dark oak wood button does add a nice little bit of detail that if you are able to, I definitely suggest placing it. And we're going to do the same thing over here to this side as well, and that will complete the tracks over here on both sides. Now, we do have one last thing to do, is to make these banners here, which will be going on the sides of those stairs. So I'm going to go ahead and grab the materials we'll need for those, and I'll show you guys how to make those banners here. So moving into these banners, they're really simple to do. We're just going to need a loom, 2 green banners, and 4 black dye. We're going to place down our loom, and go into the loomer to place down 2 green banners and 4 black dye. Our first banners here, we're going to go and basically do horizontal lines of black for the center. We're going to do this for both green banners like so. So we have 2 banners with that black line horizontally through the center. We're going to place down each banner back into our loom, and then we're going to split the banner in half vertically. So we're going to do black on one side vertically, and then black on the opposite side vertically like so. Splitting these 2 banners in half, and we should get something that looks like this. To place these banners, very simply, we're going to go to the sides of these polished black stone stairs, and we're going to place down the banners here so that the green is pointing toward each other. And that right there will kind of basically create our wheels that are in between those full blocks. Really nice technique here to kind of really show that spacing there for the wheels and give a little bit more detail to them. So that right there will basically do it for the wheels there, and that right there will conclude layer 1. Let's move up on to layer number 2. Alright guys, moving into our next layer, we have layer number 2. For layer 2 to begin with, we're going to place down a nether brick stair on top of those 2 nether brick top slabs like so, and then the space between these stairs, we're going to place down a row of 4 of green stained glass panes. On the glass panes here to the sides, we're going to place down item frames, and then in those item frames, we're going to place down a tripwire hook, which should be rotated so it faces downwards like so. We also want to place down a dark oak wood stair coming off of those nether brick stairs there for the front. Behind this, we're going to go and grab our green terracotta. We're going to place down a row of 4 across the center here, and then a green shulker box to both sides like so. Coming off those green shulker boxes, we're going to place down item frames, and then in those item frames, we're going to place down a cobweb like that to both sides, followed by a dark oak wood button again on the side of that shulker box if you're able to. Once we have that done, we're going to take our green terracotta, and we're going to go ahead and place down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and we're just going to go 9 back, same thing over here, like so. And we can go and then just fill in the space on the inside here with green terracotta to close this whole area off. We're going to then go to the sides, we're going to place down a dark oak wood upside down stair. So this first section here, a upside down stair to both sides, like so. We're going to then place down a dark oak wood sign on the side of that stair, a green terracotta block behind it, and on the sides of those green terracotta blocks, we're going to place down some dark oak wood trapdoors, which will be closed to lay flat against that green terracotta block. We're going to then place down a top slab, dark oak wood sign on the side of that top slab, then 2 green terracotta blocks, dark oak wood trapdoors on the side there. Same thing over here. Again, dark oak wood top slab to both sides, dark oak wood sign on the side of that top slab. Then another 2 green terracotta blocks with our dark oak wood trapdoors on the sides there, and those trapdoors closed. Same thing over here. Then continue on, another top slab to both sides, another sign on the side of those top slabs. And then after that, we're going to go ahead and take our green terracotta, and we're going to place down a row of 6 across. Again, a dark oak wood trapdoor to both ends. And then we're going to then place down a green terracotta block to both sides here. Actually, sorry, my bad. It's going to be a nether brick stair to both sides, and then a dark oak wood trapdoor coming off the side there of the stair. Same thing over here. And then we're going to then take our green terracotta and our ladders here, and we're going to go and place down a green terracotta block to both sides here, and ladders coming off those blocks. And then our green shulker box, there's going to be 2 blocks like that down the center. We then want to place down a dark oak wood stair coming off these 2 nether brick stairs, and then taking dark oak wood signs, we're going to place down a dark oak wood sign on the side here of these 2 stairs like so. Coming off the front here of the stairs, we're going to place down an item frame, and in those item frames, we're going to place down red concrete for the back tail lights. If you're on Java, we can also place down a dark oak wood sign coming off the front there of the stairs. Other versions, you'll not be able to do that. Anyways though, once we have that all complete, that is going to conclude what we have there for layer 2. Here's an overview of what it looks like from the top down. and obviously from the side here so far. But yeah, that right there is going to conclude layer number 2, and with that, let's move on to layer number 3. Alright guys, moving into our next layer, we moved into layer 3. For layer 3 to begin with, we're going to go and take our daylight detectors. We're going to place down a row of 4 across these 4 green stained glass panes. So like so, and then a dark oak trapdoor to the sides. Close them. Same thing over here. After that, we're going to go and place down a row of 4 dark oak slabs across, and our daylight detector to both sides, like that. And then at this point, we're going to then place down a dark oak slab to both sides here. Depending on what game version you're on, if you're on Java, we'll place down a row of 4 of pistons. If you're on Bedrock or Pocket Edition, go ahead and place down a row of 4 of dark oak stairs instead. After this, though, we're going to place down a row of 4 green terracotta, and then a mossy cobblestone wall to both ends, and then another row of 4 of green terracotta across, and this time another mossy cobblestone wall on both ends, so repeating that same row. At this point right here, we can go ahead and, if you're on Java, use the /give at p. We'll type in Minecraft, and then we'll do :debug, and it should automatically fill. When you press tab, should fill this in. It should be /give at p Minecraft :debug stick. We'll press enter, and it'll give us this debug stick. Now what we can do here is we can go up to these pistons and right click, and it should change the pistons to look like this. Gets rid of that top portion, and basically is really nice in helping us slope that armor a little bit further and create nice cleaner slopes. At this point though, depending on what game version you're on, and again, if you're on Bedrock or Pocket Edition, you can go and place down dark oak stairs there across that section, and that would be fine. We have a couple different options on how we can go ahead and do these side mirrors. So the side mirrors here, if you're on Bedrock or Pocket Edition, I'd recommend placing down a dark oak fence gate like so, against this daylight detector, and then placing down a zombie head on top of it like so. Now if you're on Java, we can use our debug stick here, and go ahead and kind of create a nicer look for our side mirrors. To do this, we're going to go to the daylight detector. We're going to build off of 2 blocks to the side here. We're going to delete this first block, and we have this space here. We're going to place down a lever on the side of this block. Using our debug stick, we're going to go ahead and do selected facing and have that as our set, using left click to change. And then we can go ahead and then right click, and it should change the facing of the lever to connect up. Now, depending on the orientation of your vehicle, you may have to rotate a few more times to get it to sit perfectly. But basically, it should be on the side of this daylight detector, and that's what you want. We can delete that block, and then on top of this, place down a zombie head like so. And you want that zombie head again angled, and that'll be for both. So you can have 2 options that are available to you guys. Obviously, the one on the right here is a little bit better. The one on the left, though, does work for this situation. So you'll just have to pick kind of what works best for you. And whatever works best, go ahead and do that for both sides. Anyways, though, after this point, we're going to then take our green terracotta. We're going to place down 3 rows of 4. Going down the center here, like so. Basically just filling in the inside here of this vehicle. We're going to go then take our stripped birchwood, and we're going to place down 1, 2, 3, and over here 1, 2, and 3. This is just extra cargo mounted onto the side of the vehicle, and we just want to place down spruce wood buttons, which will wrap around those 2 blocks there, and then this 2 blocks, and then we're going to go ahead and just only place down 1 spruce wood button here on the right side, as we do have part of the turret, which overhangs onto this area here. So we can't place the button there, but we can place it down on the sides there of the rest of those blocks. At this point here, we're going to go and then take our green terracotta and place down a row of 4 across. The middle, a 2nd row, a 3rd row, a 4th, and a 5th row, like this, all the way down the center there, like so. After that's done, we're going to then take our mossy cobblestone walls. We're going to place down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 walls along the side here, and same thing over here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We then want to place down item frames on these 2 walls here, and then in those item frames, we're going to place down black concrete blocks. Same thing will be done over here on this side as well, like that. And again, if you're on Java, we can go ahead and use the technique of placing dark oak signs on the side there of those walls as well to help hide the item frame a little bit better and creates a nice design there. After that, we're going to then place down a green stained glass pane on top of on the side there of those 2 mossy cobblestone walls. Actually, sorry, it's going to be on the right side. We're going to then place down a mossy stone brick wall, and then we're going to place down 2 green stained glass panes over, and then another mossy cobblestone wall right here. After that, we just want to place down a green shulker box on top of that stair, like so. And after that's all done, that right there is going to basically conclude what we have for layer number 3. And with that, we'll be going ahead and moving into our next layer, which will be layer number 4. Before we go ahead and move into layer 4, I do want to mention one thing I did forget to do, and that is going to be on the front of the vehicle here. We actually want to place down item frames on these 2 daylight detectors here, and we're going to place down snowballs in those item frames like that for the front headlights. Just go ahead and make that little addition, and once you're done with that, that is going to conclude layer number 3. And moving into our next layer, we have layer number 3. For layer 3 to get started with here, we're going to place down a zombie head on top of this block here, and then a zombie head here at a slight angle to both sides like that. We're going to then place down a row of 1, 2, 3, and 4 daylight detectors across that center space like so, and then 1 spruce wood slab, which will be on the left side of the vehicle here. We're going to then place down a dark oak wood stair, then a green terracotta block like so, and another dark oak wood stair to the side of that green terracotta block. Coming off the front here of the stair, we're going to place down a zombie head here to the right side, and then we're just going to place down a row of 3 green terracotta blocks behind those stairs and shulker box. And then a dark oak wood slab over here. We're going to then place down a dark oak wood stair in the center here, then a mossy cobblestone wall to both sides, and we then want to place down a dark oak wood slab like that to the side there. We're going to then place down a spruce wood slab to both sides, row 2 of dark oak wood slabs across it between there, and then we're going to place down a row of 4 of dark oak wood slabs again after that. We're going to place down 2 dark oak slabs here in the center again, a spruce wood slab to both sides, then a zombie head on top of this this mossy cobblestone wall, and then a zombie head here at a slight angle to both sides, like that. After that, we're going to then place down a zombie head here, slight angle to both sides, just like that. And then we want to go and then take our dark oak stairs, and we're going to place down a dark oak stair here. And we're just going to kind of wrap this around like so, creating these corner stairs, and it should create a design that looks like that. And then to the sides, we're just going to very simply place down polished black stone walls to both sides, then dark oak wood fence posts on top of these mossy cobblestone walls like that. And then on the back here, just a row of 4 of daylight detectors across. And we then want to go and grab some item frames and some red beds. We're going to place down item frames on these 2 daylight detectors like so, red beds like that, so that the pillow is facing toward the inside of the vehicle, so both sides. And again, if you're on Java, we can place a dark oak wood sign on the side there of those blocks, just like that. And after we have that all done right there, that is going to basically sum up what we have for layer number 4. And with that, we'll be going ahead and moving into our final layers, layers 5 through 8. Alright guys, so moving into our final layers, we have layers 5 through 8. For these layers to go ahead and get started with here, we want to begin with by placing down a dark oak wood upside down stair, which will be on top of this green terracotta block. Behind this stair, we're going to place down a dark oak wood upside down stair like that, so this first stair turns into a corner stair, and then we're going to place down another upside down corner stair coming off that stair like so. With that complete, we're going to go and then take dark oak wood signs. We're going to place down signs here on the sides of these 2 stairs like that, coming off the face there. An item frame coming off this stair toward the back. And then in that item frame, we want to go ahead and very simply place down a black bed, which will have the pillow facing upwards, and then a dark oak wood sign on the side there of that if you are on Java. After that's all done, we're going to then go to the side of it. We're going to place down a green shulker box on top of this mossy cobblestone wall, and then a dark oak wood stair coming off that shulker box going forward. We're going to then place down a dark oak wood fence gate coming off this stair like so. And then going up this corner stair, we're going to place down 3 end rods forward, and then a wither skeleton skull like that. After that's all complete, we're going to then place down a mossy cobblestone wall coming off the side of this block here. And then grabbing a dark oak wood trapdoor, I'm going to place down a trapdoor coming off the side of that wall there. And then a dark oak wood sign coming off this wall like that. Followed by an item frame coming off the front face there of the wall. And then a black stained glass pane in the item frame, just like that. After that's all done, we want to go and then grab ourselves a spruce wood trapdoor. We're going to place it down on top of this block here. And we then want to go ahead and grab ourselves a lever. And we'll be using our debug stick here again. If you're on Bedrock or Pocket Edition, you can use a dark oak wood fence gate here, open up to the side. If you're on Java, we're going to place down a lever here and then use our debug stick again. We're going to change the face to the floor, and we want it to be facing the side there so that the lever looks like this. We can then place down a dark oak wood fence gate on top of this zombie head and open it up toward that fence gate like so. On top of that fence gate, we're going to place down a polished black stone upside down stair. Just like so. And we're going to then place down a zombie head coming off it going forward, and then 2 zombie heads coming off that going back. We're also going to place down dark oak wood signs on the sides here of the stair, like so. And then a redstone repeater on top of that stair, like that. After that's all done, we want to go and then place down a redstone or daylight detector here, dark oak wood slab, and their daylight detector like that. A dark oak wood slab here, and then a zombie head on top of this wall, like so. And then also a zombie head coming off this daylight detector like that, going toward the front. With that done, going to the back here, we want to very simply place down a dark oak wood upside down stair or yeah, dark oak with upside down stow that will be positioned like this. Then a top slab coming off it going toward the back. We're going to take our dark oak wood trapdoors, and on the sides here of this top slab, we're going to place them down like so. And then we want to go and then take dark oak wood signs, and we're just going to place down dark oak wood signs here around the sides of the stair, and also on the back there of it as well. And then coming off this, going toward the back, we're going to place down a chain coming off this dark oak wood top slab, and then 2 green carpets on top of those top slabs and upside down stairs. After the rear turret is placed, we're going to go ahead and grab ourselves some end rods. We're going to place down, iron bars. We're going to place down 1, 2, 3, and 4. Iron bars up from these dark oak wood fence posts on the sides here for the radio antenna. And the last thing for us to do is to place down a zombie head here on the back of the shulker box. Once we have that all complete, that's going to wrap up layers 5 through 8, and with that, that will conclude my tutorial here for the Marder A1 infantry fighting vehicle. Hope you guys do enjoy this vehicle and are able to put it to good use. If you do use this build, I do ask you guys give me proper credit for it. This will be the link from the side of the build, link to my channel or this video if this does appear in social media sites. As long as you guys give me proper credit for it, you're free user for a project you guys are working on. Overall, enjoy the build, have fun with it, and all that fun stuff. With it though, that's going to do it for this video. Thank you guys again so much for watching. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. This has been Garrett 2x4, and I'll see you guys next time.